Paying bills here is really, really weird. What's going on, y'all? Grazie mille for coming back to the channel. It's raining outside, as you can see. Out here, it is not beautiful. It is raining, and I'm just outside of my house looking crazy with a neon hoodie on. So my wife takes the kids to school, and then she comes back. She's like, yo, we got no power. So I immediately go check the bill, and I'm like, did I pay the bill? I know I paid the bill, and the reason why I know I paid the bill is because for some reason, the bills here in Italy, at least in southern Italy, like when it comes to electric, anything power, and I think it's just because of the whole situation now, but anything power is really high. When you get the bill here, when you start electricity here, right? When you start your electricity, so you got to tell them, you got to give them like a percent, like, I don't know, some kind of percentage or some kind of like, you have to tell them how much you use. Like, oh, I use, they'll give you, do you use this much power? Like, a number like, I don't know, 200, whatever, 300, whatever, 400. I maxed it out. I was like, look, just give me the max you could give me. You know what I mean? So that because if you don't, like, let's say it's the max is 300 and you tell them, 150. Like, oh, I'm using 150 because you're trying to save money or whatever. But you really use 200. At 150, your power's going out. You got no more power. So just know that. So you got to tell them, that's the way I see it. That's the way I saw it when we set it up. That when you have that, when you get the power, just, know you put your max. But when you put your max, you're paying max prices. Now that power bill, I don't know if that was 1 month. Because I paid it like 2 weeks ago. So I'm gonna see if I get another one. That was the first power bill that I got. So it was $600 and something, right? I mean euros, but yeah, dollars. Same, The landlords here, right? Since they know that I'm a foreigner, obviously, they know I'm American, and they know I got the company that they kind of pay for the cost of living, well, not the whole cost of living, but for the the living here, the rent and things like that. They charge a little more. So I'm paying in the $1,000, whatever. But normally the house where I live, this one right here that you're looking at, will probably be like $900, maybe $1,000, because it's 3 floors and 3 bedroom. But a normal apartment here would be like a 2 bedroom if you're an Italian citizen. Like if you come here as a citizen, like you're a citizen, and they're like, okay, they know you're a foreigner. You explain to the landlord, like, look, man, I'm working, I'm starting to work right now, blah blah blah, whatever, but this, that, and the third. So it's gonna be like maybe like $600, $700, I would say. Maybe I've heard people paying less. So, a 1 bedroom obviously is going to be a lot less. It's going to be maybe 400, 500, maybe. An extra bedroom is going to be maybe 600, a 2 bedroom. And the houses are really, it's not what you're used to, especially coming from the U.S. I'm not sure about the U.K., but I'm sure in the U.K. probably different too, or Germany or anything like that. But in the U.S., when you come here, it's gonna be a little bit of a shock the way that the houses are laid out. It's kind of all different. It's very much smaller, very, very much smaller. It's smaller. It's smaller than in the U.S. Like this, like where I live here is they're like, oh, you live in a big place, but technically my house in the States is way bigger. Like my living area where I live in the States is bigger. The bedrooms are way bigger. Like their master bedroom is my son's bedroom back home, and I got 3 small bedrooms and then a master that's huge. When you pay your bills here, it's really weird. It's really weird. You have to try to get if you're moving here to live forever, whatever, you're expatting because you're moving here and that this is just where you're gonna live, then you should be fine because you should be getting all your paperwork since you live here. I'm missing one paper so that I'm able to go get a bank account. But if you get a bank account here, it's gonna be much better for you to pay your bills. It's better for you to pay your bills. The car that I'm leasing for my wife, not this one I bought, but the one that I'm leasing for my wife, that one right there, that one I pay it through somebody else who's Italian, and then I pay him and then he pays the, through his card. Paying bills here is extremely different. I'm not gonna say it's super difficult. It's just different. Luckily, they take PayPal. Luckily, they they take PayPal and things like that. And I have an app that I use that goes from international to all that stuff. But the thing is with that app is the thing is when you pay your bills like that, right? Unless you're using PayPal, that's the cheapest way to pay your bills. If you just want to keep your account from home, which I suggest if you're living here if you're just staying here, just open up an Italian bank account. But if you're doing 2 years, 3 years, and then you're moving around, then you decide. But the conversion rate is cheaper in PayPal because when I use the other ones, I made a crucial mistake, coincidentally, in the car that I'm sitting in right now. When I went to buy it, I think I spoke about it, but when I went to buy it, I was still new to doing the whole transfer from a U.S. account to this European app that I have so I can pay them. And I was transferring like a couple $1,000s. So they're going to charge you according to what you transfer for the conversion rate and all that stuff. So my bank charged me a conversion rate because I was doing it wrong. So I had to keep going back and forth. I was like, I messed it up. I didn't realize that they charged every time that money moved. I didn't realize that it was like that. I'm thinking, this is my account on the app. It's mine. That's my account in the U.S. So I shouldn't be getting. But I wasn't reading the little fine print on the bottom, and it was charging me every single time I did it. I ended up paying like $200 something in fees. $250, $260 just in transfer fees, not in conversion fees. Trust me, you learn real fast when you have a $250 charge. You learn quick. You turn into like a genius. Like my IQ went up, just shot through the roof. When you go pay bills, electricity I got through PayPal, automatically charges my account. So when the electricity comes, like a $600 something charge instantly, boom. Then the gas also instantly. Gas isn't that high. It really wasn't. It was like, I think it was like $200 something. So I'm thinking it's every 2 months that they're charging me. So $300 something, still high, but because I was paying way less in the States for that. But it's still high, but I'm not gonna say way. It's like 200 something in the States. No, I'm lying. What am I talking about? 100 and something. But it's like 200 some a month here. It seems. I don't know how people pay it. Maybe they go into payment plan because it does give me the option. Hey, if you can't pay it all, just pay this. I paid it all. My garbage tax came. That was like $300. It was like, 300 something for the year, 3 and change for the year. My garbage, electricity, my cable bills monthly. And for some unknown reason, I don't know why, you would think a cable bill would stay the same. I hope they don't charge like for every episode I watch on Netflix, because if they did that, forget about it. The water bill, I've been in this house, I think, almost 3 months. Yeah, 3 months, and I got the water bill, and it was like 200 something. I paid that. 230. I don't know if they know I'm American and they're like, F this guy, fuck him. This is I think they're charging every 2 months. I don't know. I feel like, because when I look at the thing at the bill, I translate it, but it's still, I see 2 months on there. It'll say like September, October / October, right? And I'm looking at the dates, and I'm like, these dates look like it's 2 months. Like from here to here, it looks like 2 months. I'm not sure if that's what they mean. I think that's what they mean. Also, here's an important one. When you transfer, I made this mistake. You make sure that, and mine was a special case, but just don't make the stupid ass mistake that I made. It wasn't my fault, but I'm taking the L because I should have been more attentive to this. So we have people for us that do our like all our bill setups, right? Through the company. They hired a company that they call for us and like, hey, blah blah blah. Now you would think that'd be great. you're like, oh man, you got it made, bro. But you got to stay on them because they be making crazy mistakes. Crazy. Shout out to them, whatever. But they make mistakes. And the mistake they made with me was the last dude that was living in this house right here was American also. Now, he apparently had a bill or whatever, and he had a bill, like, I don't know, maybe, you know, I think when he left, right, because he left before I got here. So he left like, I don't know, 2-3 months before I got here, maybe. And he was supposed to return the modem, all that good stuff. He was supposed, you know what I'm saying? And I guess he didn't know either, and he just figured, okay, last month I'm supposed to leave. Oh, he had a 2-year contract, but he left earlier than the 2 years, so you know you got to pay the rest of that, right? So he had a bill, like almost $600, right? What happened was that the dude's bill before, when the lady was supposed to set her stuff up called, she was like, it's an Italian company. They went, who works for the Americans. They like, yo, we wanna take over this bill. I guess she was trying to make it easier. What she was trying to do was, since there was already equipment here and it was already set up, she was just like, yo, just put what you got here under his name so that when he comes in, he already has internet. Good intentions, but it just came out wrong, right? So I came here, the internet was not on. So I was like, yo, I got a modem, everything's set up, everything's hooked up. I checked it, whatever. I used to be a cable guy for a little bit. So I checked it. I was like, everything's good. What happened? Nothing's working, so I had to put it on my wife's name. I get the bill later, $500 something. I go check. They're like, yo, what they did was they put his tab under your name. So yeah, you got his stuff, but they ain't turning it on until you pay this $500 something. I was like, hey, got me fucked up. I contacted the previous tenant. Real cool dude. He's the one who actually got me into the house. So he was cool. He was like, oh, damn, my bad. Yo, I didn't know, blah, blah, blah. I sent him the paper. He sent me the money, and then I just paid it. So it was good, whatever. But still, be careful when you do that. Don't make sure your Italian's up to par. You got somebody, an Italian friend, boy, girl, whatever, that could be like, hey, I don't care if you don't have internet for a week and you have to wait for them to come here, or a day, whatever, and you know, just set up a date for them to come over and set up brand new internet. Because the dude came, everything was set up, and I was like, yo, everything's set up already, man. I don't know why y'all just can't use this modem. He's like, nah, I don't care about that. He didn't care. He took the modem and everything, put it to the side. You know what I'm saying? I mean, just like we did. It's another account. You got to give them new equipment. You know what I mean? We used to do that too. It's a new account. You got to give them new equipment. I understand. So he just put everything to the side. You know what I mean? He put the little mesh system in, because over here you gotta have, because you're not getting signal. If your stuff is on the bottom, you're not getting signal up there, and if it's on the top, you're not getting signal unless you mesh them out. You know what I mean? And nothing out of this world. Let me tell you something. Regardless of what I talk about, whether I say this is bad, this is bad, this is good, this is bad, it's good to watch these videos from different people moving to wherever you are, or to wherever you plan on going to, just so just so you have an idea. But don't base your experience off of what I'm saying. Like, don't base your decision to move to that place based off of me or anybody else. Everybody's personality is different. So your experience, what bothers me might not bother you. Even though I'm saying, oh man, and this is whatever, and it may be something that bothers me a lot just because of my personality. It may not bother you. You may see it as, oh, I have a good solution to this. Don't worry about it. It's nothing. Or I've been through this before, whatever. And something that doesn't bother me might bother you. But you gotta have, if you plan on moving someplace, always try to be positive and be realistic at the same time. Know that it's not all peaches and cream. It's not all sunshine and rainbows when you move. There's gonna be issues. There's things that are different. That's why you're watching videos like this, so you can learn that things happen. Okay, let me kind of see what to expect. But don't base your whole life decision, oh man, I'm not going down there. Just know what to expect. Just know, oh, this may happen. So, make your own judgment on when you move. All right. Anyway, grazie mille for coming again. I might turn this into a podcast, man, because this is way long. But anyway, follow me on Marco Polo and all that good stuff. And again, grazie mille for coming over to the channel. Italy, look at that. And I will see you on the next smoke.